demonstration our way. Viva student power, viva! Viva student power, viva! Let's go. Tunashana makushongo makushongo
The defiant sounds of students in protest. The University of Namibia Rundu campus students exploded into an outburst of a demonstration yesterday, expressing that management continues to make decisions that are not in the best interest of the students and no one holds them to account. It is the 2021 admission, enrollment, senior and DJPE articulation and access students that has brought the situation to a head at Rundu. Dozens of students poured into the streets chanting songs as they took their petition to the university management. The students have said that they don't feel safe under the current Rundu campus management, claiming that they are receiving threats and intimidations from the institution. The students are accusing the university of refusing to allow students who obtained a DJPE to articulate to BEd in lower primary, refusing to register the senior students who cannot afford to pay the registration fees of 2,245 Namibian dollars. The students have also said that a majority of the English access students were not availed their English access results by the time they applied for 2021 admission. For more on this, we got in touch with the Deputy Vice President of the SRC, Vihemba, Paul Vihemba. Good morning. You are listening to the Early Morning Scoop, and thank you so much for coming through. And this is what we're getting. Students from the University of Namibia, Rundu campus, bursting into the streets and demonstrating against the management there. And the leader of that demonstration, Mr. Vihemba, Paul Vihemba, is with us on the line right now. Mr. Vihemba, good morning.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Kelvin. How are you?
Doing very well. You had quite a difficult time trying to read your petition to the management within your campus, and you were kept outside. Did you manage to get within the campus and speak to management ultimately?
Yes, it is true. It was very difficult to get hold of the management because when we came on at the gate, students were treated as if the campus does not belong to them, as if the campus only belongs to the staffs. So student leaders and the police, they seemed as if they've already had a meeting of their own where they said the students they should not have the right to enter into the premises. So we have to spend more than 5 hours outside under the sun in trying for us to go and access our own building and deliver our petition.
That's right. So ultimately, you delivered your petition. Can you take us into that petition? We have seen the document, but maybe if you can get us into it yourself, I'm sure maybe for the sake of our listeners there, why is it that such a number of students were chanting slogans and songs in the streets of Rundu yesterday and demonstrating there?
It was very simple, just like the way I've taken note. I've introduced the last time when I came here on A. So the students, those are well-organized students who feel like they need to be registered. So they are asking for a special registration which comes from intervention. So these students, up to date, as we are speaking, they are not yet registered, and they are divided into different type of groups. Now, and part of the what they are petitioning is they want the university to reopen the registration fees. Not only registration, but it must be a special registration fee in terms of the university policy, where if a student will be registered during that period, it's going to be given what they've missed and also going to be taught in terms of what the others have already been taught. So the other thing also, they want the student want all the English access students who were rejected, all of them to be taken in. The students, they are very worried with the current leadership which is on at the campus. So they feel like they cannot be led by the same people who are making decisions that are not making them they are making them happy. So they are calling down for the acting APVC, as assistant pro vice chancellor, who's the highest portfolio at the campus, to step down so that someone else who's an HOD perhaps must act until when we receive a permanent APVC. So those are some of the things that students are calling for. Lastly, they want at least, because what we have realized from our side that due to the fact that we have poor leadership at the campus, that's why we failed to resolve some of this registration issue on campus. Because if we said we have had a good relationship with the management, we could have resolved these things on campus. So the students, they are requesting for senior management in Rundu to have to organize a leadership training for this management, so that, because it seems like the poor leadership demonstrated so far.
That's
so the
right.
students don't have, yes.
Are you able to give us a sense of how many students really were in the streets and demonstrating yesterday at the Rundu campus? Are you able to give us a picture?
Yes, we cannot have a strong, a concrete to say that these are the exact number. But what we know is that when we started, the number was about going to 100 and something. Then when we reached, as we are going here, we found a lot of students who were waiting for us, because we started from a very big far. As we could see some of our clips that are there. So students, quite a lot of them that are there, almost 100 and something. So we have to divide the students into groups because of the due to COVID-19. So students, they came in numbers, because we even underestimated them. We thought maybe there were very few. But later on, we came to realize that some of them, due to COVID-19 and the learning which is online, our data was misinformed earlier. But now we realize that we have a lot of students who are not yet registered up to date.
That's right. And you have said that if the university does not respond to your petition, you are going to be intensifying these demonstrations. But did you get any kind of guarantees from the management or whoever received your petition? What did they tell you in light of what you're demanding?
Well, the petition was going to the University of Namibia Vice Chancellor, Professor Kenneth Matengu, through the acting APVC. But what we have learned today that the acting APVC, because part of the petition, students were petitioning that she must be removed, she must step down. So she even refused to sign the petition after students were submitted. She just said, no, I receive. But she did not say anything to say whether I signed the petition, what. So she received, she became emotional, so she left through that. But however, students would have agreed, as in our press statement, in our petition that we have shared with you, a student, after giving our petition today, we're camping at the gate until 5 o'clock. So what's going to happen is that tomorrow, we have already released those posters. Tomorrow, students will be going with their tents, their caps, and their pots also, to see if we can go and camp there and wait for the response. And those students are very prepared. So we already organized with the police to say we are going to sit in front of the gate, because of now that there are some students who are having face-to-face exam inside the premises. Well, the SRC with the progressive movement, we have said no, we cannot be inside, but however, can be outside. So the students are going to start camping there, starting from tomorrow, and then we are going to continue until when we are going to get that response. But the response we must get as a positive. And then by Friday, if we are not going to get that response after camping there, we will now, as leaders, we are going to strategize to see what is the way forward.
That's right. And just as we're just about to let you go, Mr. Vihemba, we understand you are also the Deputy Vice President for all the UNAM campuses. You are the Vice President, you are the acting rather, and you are the Vice President substantive for the Rundu campus there. The problems that you are facing at Rundu campus, are they only restricted to Rundu campus? Do we also see students elsewhere also facing the same problem?
We need not look to page in different problem. But if we look at the students which are not being allowed to articulate, the diploma students, that one, because those diploma students, they do local languages. As far as we have engaged with different vice presidents from different campuses, the report that I've gotten and from the research that we made, that all